Hi guys, long time no see, and happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're wearing green, then good, and if you're not wearing green, here's a pinch. Because every St. Patrick's Day, if you're not wearing green, leprechauns will pinch you. And that's always a tradition in Ireland. And today we're going to be reading not many books that I read, but we're going to be reading a history book. It's called Mail It From Here to There by Kim Borland. And if you're wondering why it says A, it's because I got it from my school and my teacher said I can keep it. Have you ever wondered how a letter gets to you? Maybe it's traveled from a nearby town. Maybe it's traveled from another state. Maybe it has traveled from over the ocean into another country. One thing for sure, today mail can travel almost anywhere in the world in just a short time, usually just a few days. In the past, however, mail took much longer to get from place to place. A modern mail sorting felicity. That's the caption for this picture. The first mail system in the United States was set up in Boston, Massachusetts. In 1639, later on, mail was carried by a stagecoach. A stagecoach is a large horse-drawn carriage. As more and more people came to live in the East Coast of America, better roads were built and mail routes were planned. But the routes went as far as Missouri, but there they stopped. The deserts and mountains in the west area is very dangerous to cross. Very few people have traveled to the west that time. In 1848, this changed because of in the gold rush. During the gold rush, thousands of people started traveling west to find gold. When they arrived, they wanted to correspond their friends and stay home in the east. Stagecoach took 20 days or more to transport mail from Missouri to California. People wanted a faster way to send mail across the country. It took days, weeks, and even months for mail to travel great distances by the stagecoach.
Explain that.
Like I said, this is a history book, so if you're really into history, this is a book for you. The Pony Express. Some men had the idea to start a service called the Pony Express. The horseback between Missouri and California, they promised within 10 days or less. The cost of the postage for a letter was $5. Pony Express began on April 3rd, 1860. It was a long journey, more than 1,800 miles, and a dangerous one. Riders had to cross some of the roughest lands in the country. The Pony Express rode day and night. Each rider carried a mail along a section of the long route. After 25 to 100 miles riding, the mail pouch was passed to a new rider. The journeys were difficult for the horses too. Those long trips at full speed made the horse tired. To make a good time, riders changed horses every 10 to 15 miles. And this is not long ago, trust me. 1860, I'm guessing that would be 10, 20 years ago? That wasn't very long ago.
Over 200 years ago, is it? Yes, that was a long time ago.
But still, my teacher, her grandma's 90, so that wasn't very long ago. Oh wait, I forgot to show you the picture. Soon on, the Pony Express wasn't needed anymore. On October 24, 1861, the Pony Express made its last delivery. During the 19 months of the Pony Express lasted, at least 18 riders and 400 horses traveled more than 600,000 miles. That's almost as far as 24 trips around the world. Meanwhile, life in the West was changing. In the late 1860s, the railroad had improved. People extending the railroad tracks much farther than before. Mail began traveling by train. People kept looking for new and even faster ways to communicate. The telegraph. In 1832, Samuel Morse came up with an idea of using electricity to communicate. The machine would allow him to send messages over wires, and he called this new way of commuting the telegraph.
You're covering your face, baby.
Oh, sorry. It took a lot of time and work to set the electrical wires across the country. Morse was created a code for sending messages. A man working with Morse needed help improving the code, but it was Morse's idea. So it was called Morse code. In 1844, Morse was the first long-distance telegraph system. It was amazingly fast. Soon people anywhere were communicating through the Morse talking wires. The telegraph remained important for more than 100 years. Have you ever heard of a Morse code? So a Morse code is basically the stuff on the bottom right here. In Morse code, each letter is represented by a pattern of dots and dashes. To send a telegraph message, the sender taps out dots and dashes. The receiver reads the dots and dashes and translates them into a written message. The telegraph was fast, but it was expensive. It was difficult to send long letters in code. The telegraph was used mainly for short, important messages. A dash in Morse code means a long tap on the machine. A dot is a short tap. So this is Morse code. So A is dot, dash, B is dash, dot, dot, dot. And but we're going to go to the numbers first. So if you want to know the numbers for Morse code, for number 1, it's dot, dash, dash, dash. 4 dashes and 1 dot. Number 2 is 2 dots and 3 dashes. Number 3 is 3 dashes and 2 dots. Number 4 is 4 dots and 1 dash, and number 5 is 5 dots. Number 6 is dash, 4 dots. Number 7 is 2 dashes, 3 dots. Number 8 is 3 dashes and 2 dots. Number 9 is 4 dashes and 1 dot, and 0, of course, is basically just 5 dashes. Telegraphs were fast but expensive, and you couldn't use them to send a package. Had to be carried. During this time, steam-powering railroad trains were improving. This meant that the trains were carrying mail could move even faster, but trains could still not travel all the way across the country. On May 10, 1869, that changed. Railroad tracks were connected to the east with the west were completed. The Transcontinental Railroad was finished. Soon, trains could move east and west at all times, day and night. Mail could travel across the country about 1 week. The Transcontinental Railroad was linked to the United States from east to west. So from San Francisco, it could go all the way to Omaha and which is I forgot what the state's initials are. But okay. Airplanes were just invented in the early 1900s. Just a few years later, people started using airplanes to send mail. In 1918, an American pilot made the first mail flight in the United States. By 1920, airplanes were carrying mail regularly. A few years, mail could be flown right across the country. Any piece of mail, or large or small, is transported in an airplane called an airmail. Airmail is still the fastest way to send letters and packages from one place to another. Today, most mail spends at least part of its trip in an airplane. What will be next?
Cover your face.
New inventions continue to change the way we communicate. You'll probably communicate by computers. Computers can be used to send messages, email messages to friends and family. Did you know that once a message is typed out and sent, it only takes a second to reach another computer anywhere in the world? Each new invention or idea has helped people communicate more easily and quickly. Next time you get a letter, think about the inventions and ideas that made it possible for you to receive it. You can send a letter or email by your computer, and you only have to wait a couple of minutes for you to reply. Now try this. A postage stamp is more important than sending a letter from one place to another. Your letter won't get very far without one. Look at the stamp on the page. Stamps are in different designs. Some can celebrate important days of history. Some celebrate people. This stamp celebrates the idea of you reading the book. Now turn your page to the side, a postage stamp. The end. I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe. Click the bell icon. And if you want me to read some more history books, if you're interested, comment down below. Although I only have 5 more left, I can still read you some. And I love you guys so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day. If you find a rainbow, you're very lucky.